Welcome to my kitchen. I am so honored that you're stopping by my kitchen today. My name is Tina and I am so honored to represent Germany in this international cooking session. And I will be preparing one of my favorite German desserts called Germknoedel. Germknoedel basically translates to yeast dumpling, and it is usually filled with plum jam. And plum jam is something I cannot get here in the local store because I am coming to you not from Germany but from Los Angeles, California, where I am a consultant and a team leader. And that plum jam goes into the dumpling and it is then topped off with the vanilla sauce and with poppy seed sugar dust. I can't wait to get started, and I'm so thrilled that you're cooking along. So, lass uns kochen. Let's get cooking. First up is the plum jam. I have already soaked my plums in about 70 grams of amaretto. They've been sitting in this delicious drink for a couple of hours. And the recipe just contains 3 ingredients: the plum, the sugar, and some lemon juice. If you don't have lemon juice, then you can also use some pectin to make the jam jammy, let me say. And we are starting out with the plums, and we are adding about 580 grams of plums. And next up is the sugar. I am using about 350 grams of sugar, and added on to that about 20 grams of lemon juice. Adding the lid to the bowl. Instead of using the measuring cup, I am using the Varoma. This way all of the steam will be able to escape and thicken the jam. However, it won't be splattering around my kitchen. All we need to do is set the Thermomix. We are doing 15 minutes at temperature Varoma and speed 1. The jam is done, well, hopefully, and to check if the jam is done, we will do a little test. And for the test, I put this saucer in the freezer. It's quite cold, and we will just take a little bit of the jam and see if it's set. And to do that, just put a little bit of jam on the saucer, and you can see that it's not liquid anymore, that it's about to set. So, looks really good to me. Of course, you can add other ingredients into your jam, like vanilla or cinnamon to make it a little bit more Christmassy. And to fill the jam into our container here, our glass jar, I have another trick for you. And that trick contains the lid, because the lid makes a perfect funnel for our jam. And the jar has been sterilized in the Thermomix, and in order to do that, you just fill the bowl with 500 grams of water and put your jars into the Varoma and set it on Varoma temperature, and for 20 minutes just steam your containers and your lids, and you will have perfectly sterilized jars. So let's see how that goes. And even if you splatter, it will all go into the glass container. Now you can just close it up, and in Germany we always turn it upside down for it to set for a few minutes, just to become airtight, and then you can turn it around again and put it in the fridge. So step 1, Amaretto Plum Jam. Next up is the Poppyseed sugar dust, because with Thermomix we're always working cold to hot and dry to wet. Before we're doing the Poppyseed sugar dust, I wanted to show you one of my favorite functions of the TM6. Now that I have put all of my jam into the jars, I wanted to show you the pre-clean function. Now, if you are not using this feature on the TM6, you're missing out. So all you have to do is select in the menu the pre-clean function, and then just add about 500 grams of water, so make sure that the blades are covered, and add some dish soap to it. Then you can choose between 4 different cleaning modes: dough, all-purpose, fats or caramel, and the last one is brown bottom. So you have to be really fast to select your preferred cleaning mode. I will just do a quick all-purpose. Yes, I'm putting the lid on, and for about 8 minutes it will clean my bowl to about 80%. I always say it's like if my kids are cleaning the bowl, it's not perfectly clean, but it's definitely more than a halfway there, and the Thermomix becomes a little dishwasher, which is exciting. So see you in a few. The pre-wash mode is done, and you never quite know when exactly it'll stop because it's an approximate time. Basically, the Thermomix is sensing the amount of dirt that is still left behind. So let's take a look, and of course the lip will remain a little bit dirty, but I don't know if you can see that. The rest of the bowl looks really nice. And just one more rinsing and the bowl should be all clean. It's perfect, especially around those blades. So as I said, it's my favorite mode on the Thermomix. Next up is the Poppyseed sugar dust, and it's a really great topper, not only for the Germknoedel but also for ice cream. I usually always do a little more and then keep some in my pantry. To do the Poppyseed sugar dust, we of course need poppy seed, and we have here about 40 grams of poppy seeds and 30 grams, about 30 grams of sugar. And many of you probably know the amazing powder sugar that the Thermomix makes. Well, this is basically another version of it, and in order to do so, we will just do 30 seconds at speed 10. And poppy seed sugar is a good idea. Another variation of powdered sugars is, for example, if you add some lemon zest to make a lemon powdered sugar, to add some basil leaves or mint leaves. And with a Thermomix, you will never have to buy powdered sugar or castor sugar, as it's called in Australia, if I am correct. So you can scratch that off your shopping list. And the speed, of course, is going to be 10. Let's see how it looks. It already looks like the topping of a Germknoedel. Beautiful consistency. Oh, and the smell of the poppy seeds, just delicious. So just put it in a jar, set aside. It'll be used for the topping. And next up, we'll need some Germknoedel dough. I have the knead Germknoedel time, about to do the dough. Step number one, we are adding 50 grams of flour into the mixing bowl and 100-gram milk and about 15 grams of dry yeast. That's the only yeast that I can purchase here in the United States. The original recipe is with fresh yeast, and usually it's a ratio of 2 to 1. Like if it's 40 grams of fresh yeast, you would use about 20 grams of the dry yeast. Step number one is for 1 minute. 1 minute. The temperature is 37 and the speed is 3. So 1 minute, 37. It's the lowest temperature and speed 3. So this step activated the yeast, and next up we will do the actual kneading. To do the kneading, we need, of course, some more flour. So 220 grams of flour and an egg, 30 grams of butter. We can all use some butter, 30 grams, and adding half a teaspoon of salt. Now, kneading mode, which is of course swipe to the left. Kneading mode can be found here. Select 2 minutes and then turn on the kneading function. Voila! The dough is ready. And I will just turn the bowl upside down and twizzle the little blade here to get the dough out. There's just a little left over. And now we will form this into a ball and then turn it into four pieces, 4 rectangulars. And spread some of the delicious amaretto jam onto it and set it to proof, but I will take you along. So press them flat and add some of the delicious amaretto plum jam that we made earlier. Just set some in the middle. And then fold it back into a ball and set it in the varoma. And the varoma I have greased with some of the coconut oil spray. So make sure that the bottom is closed off and set them into the varoma to rise in a warm space for about 30 minutes. And in the meantime, we will do the vanilla sauce. Next up is the amazing vanilla sauce. For it, I'm using the butterfly whisk. Just put that onto the blade. And first ingredient is milk, 250 grams, followed by 4 egg yolks, of course it needs some sugar, I'm using about 30 grams. I made it with 50 before. That was a bit too sweet for my taste. A pinch of salt and vanilla bean scraped out. So this is the vanilla pod, and this is basically what's inside of the vanilla. It's really easy just to scrape it all out with the blunt side of a knife. So that all goes in. Then we will set it for 8 minutes, speed 3 at 80 degrees Celsius. It smells divine. I love that vanilla sauce. Let's see it. And you want to take out the vanilla bean. You can do that right away, or you can just get it out later. Delicious. So good. After 30 minutes, nice and plump. The only thing that's left is steaming the Germknoedel. To do so, just use 500 grams of water into the bowl. Set the varoma to 20 minutes, speed 1. While the Germknoedel is steaming, I wanted to show you one of a great function that you can use in order to cook everything from Cook I Do from around the world, and that is the Google Translate app. So the Google Translate app has the option of doing camera, conversation, or transcribe. Click the camera, and I pulled up a German recipe right here. You can set your language to translate from and the language to translate to. And all you have to do is aim at the text, and you will see preparation instead of Zubereitung, ingredients instead of Zutaten, and then you can see 40 gram poppy seeds, 30 grams of sugar. So everything is translated for you right on your phone, and that's a great option. Of course, we all hope that the Thermomix will translate one day, but in the meantime, this is a really helpful app which allows you to open the culinary castle to all of the recipes that are out there on Cook I Do. And they're done! Ooh, I can't wait. When opening the varoma, make sure you open it away from your face. So I'll be opening it towards the camera, otherwise you get a Knödelfacial. Ooh, they have gotten so big. Check these out. Ooh, so good. Let me choose one of them. Oh, they really have gotten big this time. And now you can serve them with vanilla sauce. Spread on top of it. And then the poppy seed sugar dust on top. There you go. Germknoedel mit Vanillesoße, Pflaumenmarmelade und Mohnzucker. I hope you enjoy it. Contact me if you have any questions. tainamix.com, TAINAMIX.com. If you're ever in LA, say hi, and I hope to see you soon and cook with you even sooner.